Hey baby, it's me.
It's me.
The Love Guru.
Love Guru.
And I want to talk to you, girl.
To you, girl.
Wait, who's repeating me?
Wait, who's repeating me?
Dude, I think I'm getting a bit scared.
Big crybaby.
Oh, you mother. Where are you? What's up, Bruce? I'm getting slightly bored of commentary, so I think I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. So, we're gonna talk about how much you disgust me, and also how toxic your relationship is. Because truly, all of the points that I wrote down originally for this video also aren't healthy for you. And the algorithm likes a little bit more clickbait, baby. I have been in relationships before. I even kissed a girl once. And got my back blown out by a dude. So I know a little bit of something about relationships and love. And one thing that we all need to talk about is public etiquette. You're young and in love, I'm guessing. The world is bright. Food probably tastes a little bit better. And you've convinced yourself that your significant other is an angel who can do you absolutely no wrong. Eventually that will change as time makes you more accustomed to your partner. But in that space of time before you inevitably hate one another, you need to be mindful of others around you. We in the general public aren't a part of your coupling, so stop trying to make us uncomfortable. Unless of course you're poly, which means you have multiple partners. This mostly only applies to people in a two-man relationship. If you are poly, I want to say congratulations on being with two ugly people at the same time. I stole that off Twitter, I just wanted an excuse to say it. Anyways, let's go over the ground rules of this game. I have me here a couple of traits that are going to go in these following categories. Not toxic, this is a healthy aspect of your relationship, but it can still be cringe. Toxic. Obviously it's a characteristic that means your relationship has a poor aspect of it. And the grey. Much like the tip of my penis, this is also ambiguous. Is it sexy? Why does it smell like that? Point being, I'm not really too sure which category it goes into. Let's play Are You Toxic? Get a bit more lights in here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. It reminds me of the game me and my uncle used to play. Don't you peek. Inside jokes. General rule. If you're in a relationship, inside jokes are cool. Do you know what's not cool? Going out with your other friends and telling those inside jokes to one another. You're making me uncomfortable, mate. How do I not know that you're not talking about me? Why is a bricklayer funny? Do I feel secret shame on the inside? All questions that don't have answers. So don't do it to your friend. If we're out together, I'm meant to be part of your throuple. I don't want to be backhand to whatever shit you guys have to say to one another. I think it's healthy in a normal relationship to have inside jokes, but please be mindful if you're going out with other people. First one on the board, not toxic. Arguing in front of others. This could go one of two ways. It could be playful banter. That playful banter could turn into a restraining order. That restraining order may force you to change your name and move to a different country. I wouldn't know all of these details if you didn't argue in front of me. Yeah, you're just kind of putting everybody in an uncomfortable spot. If your relationship is so unhealthy that you can't have a home argument, like say, okay love, I know we're angry at one another, but this can wait till we get home so we don't have to involve everybody else in this mess between us, well then you might be having some really serious problems with your significant other. Also, you don't have to scream over one another to get the point across. This is just a good general rule of thumb thing. It's good to have a healthy dialogue where you communicate with each other through talking. Yelling doesn't get anyone anywhere. Believe me, I know. I used to have some serious anger issues, man. But you know that video of the kid shoving the remote up his ass? That was me on goblin mode. So for the sake of my personal experience, don't argue in front of other people. Whatever it is, it can wait until you get home. And if it can't wait, like someone cheated, just take a cab and go. Don't make everyone else part of your mess. Cute nicknames. I don't know how I feel about this one. Personally, I think pet names are kind of cringe. If you're 35 with kids, you shouldn't be calling your wife Schnuckenpoops, either in public or at home. Feels a little bit iffy at best, and at worst, it's incredibly gross. I'm not too mad about babe and love, because those are just general and non-personalized. So I'm gonna say grey. Grey for this one. I'm not gonna scream at my friend for saying, oh babe, come over here. It gets worse the more personal it gets, I guess. Public affection. Now this may be a personal opinion. I don't do public affection at all. If you touch me in public, I turn into Darius from TikTok.
Darius. Darius.
I don't know if it's a personal hang-up. I don't know if an old relationship used to touch me just a little too much for my liking. But I think when it comes to affection out in the wild, you should probably not do it. It makes me uncomfortable when I'm stood in a line in an amusement park and the teenage couple in front of me have their tongues down each other's throats. Like they're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in one another's mouths. Ooh, it's just not needed, bro. Say that stuff for the bedroom. Holding hands, I don't do that either. Hugging, I don't do that also. I think this one comes down to if your partner isn't comfortable with it, you shouldn't do it. I have been in a relationship in the past where I said I did not like this and they were forcing it upon me. It's like, how are they going to know that we're a couple if we're not going to hold hands? understand. Well, in truth, mate, I don't really want them to. You're my dad. Leaning to the gray on this one. That one comes down to personal preference. But I will say this, if you're overly affectionate in front of other people, it goes straight into this category. Please get your hands out of one another's pants in front of me. This is an Asda, not a sex club. Plans that include the partner. Now tell me how you guys feel about this. If you have an established friends group and one of those friends gets into a new relationship, is it then appropriate for that person to bring their new partner around with them everywhere? I say no. It's okay once or twice, but every once in a while you want a lads night or a girls night. I should be able to kiss my friend on the mouth without you being around to watch me do it. For this particular example, I'm gonna say the partner just forces their way into everything. Like you've had established plans with friends for weeks, and then they just kind of jerry-rig their way in. It's not fun for anybody involved. So yes, this is 110% going to toxic. Please, ladies and men, you need to understand that your partner needs time away from you. So please don't be throwing a fit like a toddler when they say that they're going out with their friends, with their plans, without you. You're a grown-up. Get over it. Toxic. Matching clothes. Oh, this is a no-brainer for me. Absolutely toxic. It's not even a question. That is the most possessive thing you can do. I knew a set of kids in high school, I'm not kidding you, who got matching tattoos. One was a king, as in from the chess, and the other one was a queen, as in from chess. You know how long that relationship lasted? 1 more month, which I'm very thankful for because, to be honest with you, they were fucking ugly people. I don't like to say that, but the kids those two offspring would have been absolute mutant mutts. So yeah, not even a shadow of doubt in my mind. Toxic, yeah. Board's filling out nicely, isn't it? Baby talk. Oh my little baby, if you do that in front of me, you'll have a date with a shotgun. That is not hyperbole. I will kill you. YouTube, this is a death threat. Not a death threat, algorithm. Please calm down, calm. I don't know if it's toxic. It's definitely uncomfortable. This goes in the same category as over public affection. I hate it, yes. I think it's weird, yes. I wouldn't go as far to say as it's toxic though. Like a relationship's not gonna get ruined over people talking like infants. Just for that reason alone, it's defo a gray. Joint social media account. Oh mate, you're done. I feel bad for anybody who's getting all of these categories. You need to reevaluate your life there. Richard from Ohio, who is dating Jessica from Lisbon. I don't know why she's from Australia. How awesome would that be if I hit that right? You guys should break up though. Like he's cheating on you. He's been on his phone for a little bit too long though. Who could he be texting at this time? This isn't even Richard or, you know, any of you guys. Why is he on his phone so much? I would never treat you like that, baby. Cell phone number at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I don't know, man. Joint social media accounts, they do scream insecurity. I don't even like it when people overly post about one another on their individual accounts. I have had Instagram for, I want to say, God, since I was like 15. I haven't used it in 4-5 years, and not once have I ever posted about my relationships, because in every single one of the relationships I was way too happy to even be bothered. I don't need the approval of others to show myself that I love my partner. So yeah, definitely toxic for me. I don't think it's even a question. Involving others in your fights goes back to arguing. This one's a 50-50 for me, you know. Sometimes you have to get other people around you. You know, you gotta ask questions. Did I do this right? Was he doing this wrong? Am I the stupid asshole? Is she the stupid asshole? And then on the other hand, why are you involving other people in our private conversations, our relationship? I think there's a time and a place for asking for help. I don't think you should do it every single fight though. And I definitely think you should omit some details. You gotta keep privacy. I mean, that person trusts you. And if you're telling your friend about his micro wee-wee because he made you mad by not buying you the right kind of roses, well, I'm sorry, you're not a nice person. Defo gray. Open relationships. This is a discussion that every couple needs to have before you even start dating. Lord have mercy, you do not want to be caught in this one with your pants down and your hands get spanked. If after like 2 years of dating, all of a sudden someone comes up to you and says, listen, I want to start seeing other people, but we can still be together. Red, Roy flag. Get far away. Especially if that's not something that you even considered signing up to when you started the relationship. Also, free advice for guys. You need to understand that if you are going to engage in an open relationship, you are going to be on the lower end. I mean, this may not be very feminist cash money of me to say, but the reality is, unless you are Channing Tatum as a man, it will be vastly more difficult for you to secure the punani over a woman. That lady's just gonna be coated, and you're gonna be over there with some lotion in your hand, you've got some lotion on your hand, hand right now for real.
Stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit.
Gray for me. Talking about your partner. This one straight up. I think I already mentioned a little bit. You can talk about your partner, but you have to omit certain details. A lot of that is told in the expressed interest that you won't go blab about it with someone else. It's trying to build this trust here, bro. It's not really toxic and it's not really not toxic. So again, gray. I think we should do some rapid fire. Hiding your phone. Not knowing your partner's passcode after the first month is weird. There is absolutely zero rhyme or reason their phone should be locked. Male, female, in between, doesn't matter. I would not trust a person that I'm dating who will not show me their phone. That is a serial killer or they are cheating on you. What else could they possibly be hiding? They haven't got the codes to the Pentagon nukes. All that's on there is the Uber Eats app. For sure toxic. Having a female or male best friend. Oh, this one's iffy. I've definitely had lots of platonic female friends, but I've also definitely had female friends who have tried to get into my pants. Just being socially aware of what this person's after. It's not that hard to pick up with signals. You just gotta keep your eye open. Gray, but be careful. Paying for dates. I didn't really have that much money growing up. Again, like I've said multiple times, I grew up in Cape Town. The average South African isn't exactly always flush with cash. I would say in Cape Town it's more of a cultural thing because we all know, like, yeah, we're pretty poor, we can all chip in. Personally, I'm old school, but if the woman wants to chip in, I won't say no. I think I'll put this in the not toxic section. It does become toxic when they have a problem with it though. Involving family. Incredibly biohazardly toxic. Unless that man is beating you into a pulp, unless you're stepping into that house with a third round knockout blow, and unless you're stepping into that house where he's gonna karate kick your head in, you should not be involving your family. You telling your parents how bad your partner is only gonna diminish him in their eyes. It's not a cool thing to do. So I'd say yes, very toxic. The quote, you can do better. Premium toxic. You can always do better, dude. You do need to make some compromises, don't get me wrong. You're not gonna find a guy who's super rich with a long penis, is super kind, knows about the world, has done everything and seen everything. But yeah, you can always do better. Everyone can always do better. Although I don't want to say that this is toxic because I know some of you are going to misinterpret what I'm saying. Definitely gray. Because I have a feeling some people are going to have a takeaway. Being like, oh, I'm the baddest bitch alive. Oh, look at me. No, love, it starts at home. You're in a glass house. Throw that stone and see what cracks. You might be ugly. You might have a terrible personality. You might not be funny. You need to bring a little something to the table too, love. Or man, shutting off your phone in an argument. Brilliant coping tool I learned over the years. If you're in a bad argument with your partner, do the 1, 2, 3 rule. Like, think of it this way. You're blood boiling. You're angry. You're in one of the most heat-inducing arguments of your entire life. What do? Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Phone doesn't go off. Put the phone down for an hour. Put the phone down for a few minutes. Just take that time to breathe and reflect. Don't want to switch off the phone just to frustrate your other partner. That's pettiness and that's you trying to get revenge. So toxic. Flirting. It can be harmless and it cannot be harmless. If an old lady comes up to me when I'm working in the grocery store, making conversation with me, telling me about her grandkids and how she just turned 86, well, is it really that wrong that I take her back to my hotel room and absolutely gum all along there like, you know what I mean? I'll put it in the grey area. If you're harmlessly flirting with a customer that comes in, sure. It's different if it's a work colleague. You're spending a lot of time with that and that can get iffy. Grey. Definitely grey. I think I've got one more on here. Not subscribing legally to Dino on YouTube. Can't get any less toxic than that, can we, lad? I just want to say this before you go. Every relationship is different. No two birds are the same feather. So what might work for you might not work for the other person. The least toxic thing you can do for your relationship is communication. Lay out exactly what you're after. Lay out exactly what you need from the other person and lay out exactly when you expect to get it. If your partner is interested in marriage and you're not, that's something you should discuss. If your partner wants kids and you're not, that's something you should discuss. Everything on the back here is just helpful advice from my own life and my own experiences. Don't take anything as I say as the word of God. And with that all being said, I'll see you guys next time. I love you very much. Bye-bye.